Do I sound a little bit down? I think I do. So welcome back to another stream. First up is that I am playing in the speed up mode. Now all the other streams I have done with Final Fantasy XII, it's just on the normal mode like this. But after my last stream, I grinded a lot. I'm level 40, even though the enemies are like level 26 or whatever, so I grinded maybe a bit too much. and I did that in the speed up mode, and then I wanted to go back into the normal play mode, and it felt really slow. And I kind of made my own decision saying, hey, you know, I already played this game on the original and on PS2. I'm just replaying it because I never witnessed the end game of this storyline. So I'm just playing it for the storyline, and that's why I'm playing it in speed up mode. So if you consider this a cheat, then, you know, maybe don't watch the stream. And I am at the Fawn Coast. Oh, holy shit, it's been raining like hell now. And as you've known, as I've mentioned this in a couple of my streams, lately I haven't really been into gaming. I play, you know, an hour and I get bored, I get sleepy. And maybe it has to do something with it's been extremely hot here in Holland. And we have a really bad climate when it's like in Tuesday it was 30 plus degrees, then all of a sudden we have like a rainy storm, and then it was 30 degrees again. You almost couldn't freaking breathe. That's how I don't know how you say this in English, but in Holland we say benauwd, because, you know, rain, extreme hot weather, that's not good. And maybe that's why I haven't been sleeping that much. I've been sleeping, and then like an hour I wake up, and that goes the entire night. And maybe because I've been having this issue for weeks already, that my body is just saying like, hey, you are just way too tired. But yesterday, I went to bed 9 o'clock. I'm not joking, I was fucking tired. And I slept the whole freaking night. And ta-da! I am not sleepy. So maybe it does have to do something with that. I've been playing this game now today from 8 o'clock, and now it's, what is it? It's 36 minutes past 1, so a couple of hours. Yeah, a couple of hours, 20 hours into the game now. Now, of course, I am playing in the speed up mode, so originally, if you play in the normal speed mode, you're gonna be like 30 hours into the game. Now, from what I can remember, because I never beat Final Fantasy XII on PS2, what I can remember is you get to Arcadia, its capital, after this part of the game, and that is where I ended in the original game. So this part of the game I still remember, but when you go in Arcadia, that is where I stopped playing, and everything else will be, everything besides that will be new to me. What's up, Kazuya TV? It's been a long time. How are you doing? What's up, Gabe Newell? Isn't Gabe Newell the guy from Valve who created Steam? Well, in Europe, it was already announced for a physical release. But yeah, the United States, Namco Bandai didn't say anything. People were getting worried. And I'm really happy that they have decided to also create a physical version for the United States. And I can't wait for that game. I can't freaking wait. I've never played the hack game. I've never played any hack game ever. I have heard that Sword Art Online is kind of like hack. It kind of stole the idea of being into a virtual world. And I have heard many good things about the hack trilogy, so I can't wait to play it. That's why I'm pretty happy that Ni no Kuni has been delayed. Now I have time to play the hack trilogy. It looks so funny when they're walking so fast. I'm pretty good. Today my best friend, it's her birthday, so she's gonna pick me up in like an hour. I bought her Final Fantasy XII. And she just platinumed Nier Automata. So I'll be having that game back. I can finally play Nier Automata. It has been more than 2 months since I last played that game. Go Belfier, kill him. Stats, as you can see, I'm pretty high level, at least myself. Well, Van, because Van is not me. That is pretty much because he always has the double XP accessoire, and they pretty much have the best weapons and armor that I could buy. Now I know there is another tier of weapons that I can buy at the moment, but yeah, as you can see, my gil is low. I don't have money, so I'm stuck with this. Also, I want to mention that this part of the game, even on the original, was one of my favorites. This looked really cool. I remember grinding a lot here. And also the music is really good. I really just, now that, years later, I think I just now finally appreciate Final Fantasy XII. Back in the day, I was comparing it to Final Fantasy X, and I thought that it was a good game, but not as good as it should be. And I'm like, maybe I was too harsh on the game. The game is really good, especially, considering how RPGs are made nowadays. This is like a AAA game. And the amount of work and, the lore that's been built, and the amount of conversation, the amount of text, and the details in the world, it's really, really good. She's not typical a trophy hunter, but she does try to platinum all the games she plays, especially if she likes it. So in a sense, she's a better gamer than me. Because I almost never platinum a game. Yeah, I mean, you can consider the speed up mode as sort of cheating, but playing in normal mode, it feels really slow. And, since I already... Hey, she's dead. Since I already played the game, I'm like, why would I care? Why would I spend 10 or 20 hours more just to grind and walk when, I could just play the game a lot faster? Pretty much, I'll be honest, like the only thing I really want to do in Final Fantasy XII is just see the end part. As I've never, seen the end, I just want to finally, after all these years, see what the ending is about. Also, I do like the class-based system, the Zodiac system. It is definitely something that they should have done in the first place. Because if I remember correctly, the original game, everyone had the same skills. Everyone could use everything. And now you really have to pick a skill. What's up, H-Brand? How you got doing? H-Brand, did you see the off-screen gameplay of Monster Hunter World? It looks fucking cool. You could like jump on the monsters, and someone was hanging on like a tree and jumping below. That was super cool. That was really cool. Kazuya TV, Final Fantasy X, Final Fantasy VII, and also Final Fantasy XII has a speed up mode built in the game. So keep in mind, this is not a cheat, this is not hacking the game, this is built in the game by Square Enix, pretty much for the players who already played these games and just want to witness the story, I guess, or just want to play through it one more time, but just a little bit faster. So it is not a cheat, it's not a hack, it's in-game. You have to press R1 or L1, and at the right top of the bottom you'll see the faster icon. See? Yeah, GTA does have cheats, but even the cheats in Grand Theft Auto are put in by the developer. Yeah, it looked really cool. Like, I can't wait for Monster Hunter World. Yes, Capcom specifically said that this is Monster Hunter 5, but since the West, or since on consoles, they never had, 3 and 4, that's why they decided to Monster Hunter Worlds. So it is basically Monster Hunter 5. I played True Crime on PS2. I think it was Streets of LA, but that's it. And I never was really far. Isn't True Crime the game where the big feature of the game was you could in the car and then you could shoot out of the car? Something like that. So there are definitely some little bugs in the game, like why is Belfair not shooting? Yeah, it's just the next step in the world of Monster Hunter. It's about time, It's about time they stepped up their game. Oh, there was True Crime New York City. Okay, so then that was that version of the game. Because there were two games, right? You had Streets of LA and New York City. So I then got the New York City one. Yes, Star Wars Battlefront 2. I am definitely excited for it. I'm a big Star Wars fan, like not huge but big. You know, I grew up with Star Wars, and the second Battlefront game looks holy shit. It looks like all the things they've done wrong in the first Battlefront, they have fixed it.
Why the capital?
But then again, like always, I will not be buying it at full price just when it's cheaper.
Are you sure? You don't want it for yourself? Use its power to restore Dalmasca? Something like that? The best intentions invite the worst kind of trouble.
Lusting for ever greater power.
It's really interesting to see that even though the game is remastered for the PS2,
That does sound like
and I mean compared to the PS2 version, this game looks beautiful, so crisp, so sharp.
It was all he cared about.
Final Fantasy X still has the better facial animation.
Like I said,
You talk about some was it Vena?
except for you.
No matter.
Thank you.
Everything he did to get closer to the nether side, to understand it. He made airships, weapons. He even made me a judge.
You were a judge?
Part of a past I'd rather forget. It didn't last long. I ran. I left the judges. And him.
Oh yeah, now I remember indeed. He was a judge.
Draculaur Laboratories' very own Dr. Sid. That's when he lost his heart to Nethersite. Lost himself. And I suppose that's when I lost my father.
I mean, look how much detail on the clothing.
Don't follow in his footsteps.
You really don't see it anymore, at least not in a big way.
I ran away. I couldn't stand seeing him like that, a slave to the stone. So I ran. Free at last.
Yes, I grew up with, you know, Xena, Hercules,
How could I have known that
Cartoon
it was Nethersite?
Network, Final Fantasy,
I met you.
you know, PS1, PS2 days, a little bit of Super Nintendo.
And I got nowhere.
Because yes, I did have a Super Nintendo back in the day,
It's time
for
to
about
end
a
this.
year, I think.
Cut my ties
You
to
know.
the past.
And Star Wars, Star Trek, Star Wars, Battlestar
It's hard to leave the past
Galactica,
behind.
Stargate. So that's why I'm really into sci-fi and fantasy. I grew up with it.
Marriage of convenience. Symbol of the alliance between Nebradia and Dalmasca. This is how they see our marriage.
They do they?
These roles we play. I must admit I find it wearying.
I will play mine.
I would have no other.
The choice is yours to make. But don't give your heart to a stone. You're too strong for that, princess.
I pray you're right, Balthier.
Come out. So next week, limited run games will finally release Oceanhorn. I can't freaking wait. Wait up, I have to save. Yeah, Cartoon Network was awesome. Hunter's Lodge. What's that? Oh, katana. Oh, she can use the halberd. So finally, Oceanhorn. I'm really excited for it. That will be the game I'll be playing after this. Of course, it all depends on how fast Limited Run is going to ship it. But that will definitely be the game I'll be playing. And of course, Uncharted. And then, I don't know. End of August. Then you have November. October, November. I don't know which games are coming out. I know there's a couple of smaller RPGs coming out. But that's about it. Diamond Sword. There goes my money. That was it. Well, just keep on grinding, as I need a lot more money than this. Yeah, I don't see Monster Hunter Worlds being a release for the Switch. I mean, the Switch hardware is just not capable enough. I'm not entirely sure if even like the Xbox and the original PS4 can even handle it. It seems to be really demanding for the hardware, but who knows? You know, now that we have seen what Horizon can do, you know, others can do it too. It will come in Future World 2018. What do you mean by that? Because yeah, or do you mean like all the future games are in 2015 that you're gonna buy? Ooh, it's like an old civilization. That looks cool. No, I do not have a Nintendo Switch. Compared to the United States, here in Holland, you can buy it easily. It is pretty much always in stock. There are definitely no shortages here. I want to buy it, but then again, it's expensive. It's really, you know, I really have conflicted feelings. Like, I do want to buy it. I am going to buy a Switch, but I'm not entirely sure if I really want to spend 300 plus euros on it for one or two games, when on PS4 there are still so many games I haven't played. Even though I never minded the graphics in, you know, any Monster Hunter game, it is definitely getting outdated. Especially if you have something like the Switch, who almost performs like a console. It's really, you know, weird that you have a game that looks like a PS2 game. Now that is something really annoying. In America, the Switch costs $300. That's the normal price. Here in Holland, we have extra taxes, so it costs €330. Now, the dollar is already lower than the euros, so in comparison, the Switch in dollars costs here in Holland about $350, $360. So it's really expensive, and you know, as a gamer like me, I $70. You know, then you have Zelda and Xenoblade, the two games I really want. That's another about 140 euros. So that's about 500 euros that I am going to spend or have to spend on, you know, on the Switch. So I'm like, not entirely sure if I'm gonna do that. But I am definitely going to buy the Switch eventually. I got 1 LP from the guys. I thought they gave me 2 LP points. There are only a handful of enemies in the game who actually gives you more LP than just 1. So if you there is in the Optimo plane, there is a part of the plane where you have 5 or 6 of pretty strong enemies, and they give you 2 LP points each time you kill them, and I have grinded a lot. That is, even today, even now, the best grind spot for LP. A friend of mine, he's also playing the game, and he grinded there a couple of hours, and he got like 600 LP points. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, of course, with graphics like that, it has to be easy to make the games on 3DS. But then again, like 3DS isn't that powerful. Like, if you look at a couple of the Vita games, if you look like Uncharted, Freedom Wars, Killzone, the Vita is, or was, extremely powerful for its time. Especially compared to the much weaker 3DS. Even against the Switch, Vita still looks pretty good. I mean, sure, the Switch is stronger, faster, you know, of course, but if you look at it, the difference isn't gigantic. There's one thing I do think about in the game as for its lore. The Viera, or is it the Viera, you only have girls. Where the hell are the guys? Like, that's the only thing on my mind. Even when I was looking at the Viera's home city, I was thinking like, where are the guys? How do they reproduce? You know. Of course, they do talk about being connected with the wood, you know, with the forest. So maybe they just spawn out of somewhere. I remember this part of the game with these cats. Yeah, it truly seems that the team of Monster Hunter World is not only getting the time to build the game, getting the resources, but maybe they themselves are like, yeah, we're doing good, you know. So I really hope that it's gonna sell, because the world needs to know that Hunter games can work and they are fun to play. You know, big budget Japanese titles can sell. You know, even if you don't have to be Final Fantasy, you don't have to be Persona or whatever to be selling your game. If you make a good game, it sells. Talking about Japanese games, next week the second DLC/expansion pack for Neo comes out. And it looks like there is another Japanese castle you're gonna play in. And you're gonna have new weapons and armor. So I'm really excited for that. Even though I still haven't beaten the first expansion pack, I can't wait for the next one. Yeah, if they are doing it right. What do you mean, Kazuya? Do you mean like how much are Japanese developers porting their games or localizing it? Or do you mean like how much Japanese games do I have ported from Japan? On the PS4 I got, I think, 3. I got Battlesuit Lanos, even though it also eventually got a Western release. I did not know that. I got Zengoku Basara 4, Sumeragi, the complete version, and I got Idol Masters. Those are the 3 Japanese games I imported from Japan. And I also got a couple of Asia English releases, and those are Japanese games released in Asian countries that has English text. So it is pretty much an English game. And I think all of them are from Namco Bandai. And Namco Bandai actually announced a couple of them coming out. The new Taiko drum game is getting an Asia release. So that's gonna be cool. That's gonna be my first Taiko drum game ever. I never played any of these games. I'm not entirely sure if you need the drums, because then I'll be fucked, because I don't have the drums. I'm not entirely, interested in buying such a peripheral. Yes, if the new God Eater, well, we know that God Eater lives. We're gonna see that at Tokyo Game Show, hopefully. Yes, I do like buying, Japanese-only games and porting, buying them. But lately, I haven't been buying Japanese games from Japan. I don't know why. Just haven't had anything. I just all the game budget I have been spending it on new releases. And since this generation, pretty much all the Japanese games are getting localized in the West, or at least have English text, you know, like the Asia releases. You're not gonna have that many PS4 Japanese only games, because almost all of them are getting released in the West. I hate these flying beasts. Wait up, 5 seconds. Okay. Yeah. Well, Capcom's, said it's not westernized. It's just an evolution. I mean, its battle system is going to be more fast-paced, more fluid. But yeah, I'm really happy that they decided not to westernize the game. Because Capcom was a big part last generation of westernizing their Japanese games, and they were a big part of the problem. So I'm really happy that they have learned from their mistakes and are not doing this hopefully ever again. Yeah. A lot of the Capcom games sucked. Talking about Capcom games, by the way, Dragon's Dogma is also coming out on PS4. It's only 21 euros for pre-order. I'm not entirely sure, should I buy it or not? I'm really on the fence. Because am I going to spend a lot of time in it? I don't know. I think eventually I would rather just buy like the newer Atelier game, or Fairy Fencer F, or any other Japanese-ish game. Yeah, but I mean, Dragon's Dogma is of course a Western-ish game, and you know, the problem with the problem with Dragon's Dogma does not lie with its art design or its gameplay. It's, you know, it's respawning of the same enemies at the same places that just got annoying, and a lack of quick travel that kind of killed the game for me. I don't get it now. Well, Dead Rising was awesome though. Dead Rising is fucking awesome. Dead Rising 2 is also one of the games I'm still looking out for to buying it on PS4 just to replay it. Dead Rising 2 is one of the few games I played so much that I got like the best weapons, I was max level, I loved especially the amount of zombies and the ways you could kill them, and its open world feature I thought it was awesome. That's definitely true. I mean, Capcom, you know, in its better days, made so many great Japanese franchises who felt and played and looked Japanese. And nowadays, what do they have? The only game is really like Monster Hunter. You know, even Resident Evil is kind of westernized. Maybe in a good way, but still. So I think it's really time for them to, I don't know, make something like Onimusha, or heck, make a new Onimusha. Okay. How much XP do I need? Holy shit, I'm level 43 already. I haven't even seen that I got level up. Holy damn, 29,000. Yes, Devil May Cry. There are a lot of rumors that Devil May Cry is being in development. A Devil May Cry like Devil May Cry 3 would be awesome. Fucking awesome. Yeah. Level up! Bitches! Yes, I said bitches. What are the Well, Namco is of course Namco Bandai. And Namco Bandai is shaping up to be the biggest publisher of Japanese games and developer. And Namco Bandai not only has released so many Japanese games, they're also making a lot of Japanese games. So Namco Bandai is really becoming my favorite Japanese publisher. Especially all the anime action games and stuff, and you know, Tekken, Tales of, they're fucking awesome. So Namco Bandai is doing extremely well, in my opinion. Yeah, Devil May Cry 4 was nice. You know, I still need to get the updated one on PS4. That one seems to be a lot better. You know, a lot more options, a lot more characters. I hope so too, and I do think, and you know, we have said this a couple of times. We talked about it because of the huge increase in popularity, in sales, and recognition for Japanese games. This generation, stuff like Zelda, Mario Kart, Neo, Persona, you know, Nier Automata. I think that, you know, Japanese developers, they have to know it. They have to see it and think to themselves, hey, you know, Western gamers really want Japanese, you know, styled games. They don't want their games to be westernized. So, you know, it does sell if the game is good. Now that I'm thinking about Japanese games, by the way, after Final Fantasy XII, I think I'm gonna go back and play Persona 5 again. Yeah, Namco Bandai does have a couple of games exclusive to, you know, to Japan, but most of them are, you know, localized for the West. Yes, definitely. You know, if a company like Microsoft is looking at it, then the Japanese developers themselves has to look at it. They have to look past, you know, that consoles in Japan are not as big as they used to be, and there is a huge market in the West for Japanese games. But not for westernized ones, for typical Japanese games, with its Japanese look, Japanese flair, Japanese, you know, style of writing. So, if Devil May Cry 5 is really in development, I definitely think it's gonna be really Japanese. As that is what everyone loved about, you know, these games. There has been so much hate against DMC by Ninja Theory. Even though the game was good, it was just not, it was not like how I am used at Devil May Cry. Yeah, Namco could definitely make a new Ridge Racer. There are rumors about that they're now gonna make a new Soul Calibur. That would be cool. You know, the last Soul Calibur is Soul Calibur 5, and that's been a while. Yeah. Well, I don't know if the home market in Japan will ever come back. I think that's why Nintendo made a really smart choice with its Switch being a console and a handheld. But the PS4 is selling better than PS3, so there is definitely still a lot of room for a dedicated console. And I can't wait what the effect of, you know, of Dragon Quest 11 is gonna do for the PS4. And also, like, Monster Hunter World is coming exclusive to the PS4 in Japan. I'm also excited for that. You know, those two games could potentially increase the demand for a dedicated console by a lot. Yeah, but I mean, the Switch just got released. Of course it's not gonna sell millions and millions right away. It's gonna take a while. Maybe for a good price drop or whatever. But the Switch is doing really good. It's already 1 million or 1 million plus. You know, people really... It really, especially with if you talk about like PS4 in Japan, people are saying, oh, you know, the Japanese gaming market, people don't like consoles anymore. I think people don't understand how much 1 million is. 5 million people have the PS4 in Japan. Now, for comparison, we have a population of 17 million people. They don't, not all of, most of them don't have a gaming console, from my knowledge. You know, the Japanese market for a console is still one of the biggest in the world. It is just not as big as it was back in the older days, when the Japanese market almost reigned supreme. Of course, that's not the way, but still 5, 6, 7 million copies of a game system is a huge amount. I would be happy if I would get like $1 million. You know? So it's really, people really don't seem to understand, how much 1 million is. Yeah, the Game Boy Advance was super Super popular. The DS also extremely popular. But you know, Japan's changed, and you know, they like their handholds and their mobile phones better. Holy shit, this wall is big! Jesus. Konami was good back in the day, but they absolutely fucking suck right now for the obvious reasons. Konami is pretty much game over gaming wise. I don't think they will ever come back to the glory days they had. They just made so many big mistakes. Especially with Kojima, people will pretty much never forgive them. They will never have a guy like Kojima ever again, and they will never have the success as what Metal Gear was. So, Konami is pretty much game over. It's dead. Maybe we're gonna see something from them. I have heard that the game on the Switch sold pretty well, but it's not gonna be, you know, the legendary game developer it once was. They just fucked up too much. They pissed off the gaming community too much. That's pretty much what happened. They pissed everyone off. Nah, that's not true. Konami did have a couple of other games. Silent Hill was really good, sold really well. Castlevania sold really well. I mean, the last Castlevania on PS3 was really good. But I think it wasn't actually made by Kojima themselves. Wasn't made by Konami themselves. Not entirely sure. But back in the day, Konami was fucking awesome. Suikoden, you know, a legendary RPG franchise, and they all fucked it up. What's up, Ethel Wonder? The whole silence mode is really fucking annoying. Well, that is maybe the physical versions, but we have to consider digital now too. You know, for example, you know, Final Fantasy VII is still selling. You know, Suikoden is still selling, and it doesn't matter how much a game sold. Suikoden 2 is still being looked at as one of the best RPGs of all time. So Konami did have a legendary RPG franchise, and they fucked it up. They did have the scariest horror game ever made, and they fucked it up. And they can never go back. They have to do so much to gain the trust of developers and gamers alike. I don't see them doing, putting in so much effort into that. Especially since they said that gaming is dead. And, you know, for them, there is no money to be made with gaming. Even though the gaming industry is one of the only entertainment industries in the world that keeps growing and growing and growing and growing, keeps getting bigger. Consoles are not dying, they're getting bigger. They're getting more popular, more mainstream. You know, poorer countries are getting the system. China is getting consoles. India, all of these upcoming markets. Consoles are definitely not dying. Yes, of course I know THQ. How big is this map? Holy shit! .46. Damn. Blossom Master. THQ was also a great developer and publisher. They still live though, they're now called THQ Nordic. But I think it was they've been bought. THQ was bought by another company, if I remember correctly. And it was first another name, and then they changed their name to Nordic. And these guys are actually putting out a couple of really interesting smaller games. Well, every game can run on anything. It's just how much do you want to downgrade it? How much are you going to take away from the visual experience? And I mean, I think, I don't know, but downgrading seems to be a lot of work. You know, you especially see that with PS4 games, indies, that are being like Banner Saga. They were working on the Vita versions, of course, being downgraded, and they just announced, a couple of days ago, like, the Vita is just too weak and it's almost impossible for us. It takes too much time, too much effort, too much resources. We're gonna cancel the Vita port. So, that's why we're seeing many bigger games not being released on the Switch. Dead or Alive is awesome.
Hey, you sure this rabbit hole's really the way into Arcades?
Rabbit's hole.
Better a hare unseen than a rat in a trap. Then again, if you'd prefer to go knocking on the front gates of the city, be my guest.
But what about once we're inside? Won't the city watch find us?
We'll do what we can to blend into the crowd. Our names may be notorious, but our faces are not far known.
True, true. You're a princess and we didn't even recognize you.
I noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's eerie quiet in the game. There has to be like a boss fight up ahead. Boss fight. Boss fight.
Yeah.
Bye-bye, Kazuya TV. Have a nice time playing on the PS2. Yeah. And that is what we're gonna see with a lot of the AAA titles. They're not coming to the Switch. That's not good. Now she's silenced. Oh, God damn it. That's the only mistake I still make in this game. I don't have enough potions and that can cure all the status abilities. As I am over leveled, but you know, Ash is the only one who has cure and stuff. You don't have Ash, I die. You know, I don't have the healer, you die. Nah, I'm not gonna bother with it. Yeah, only because Switch supports Unreal Engine 4 doesn't mean you know, they can have AAA budget games on their system. That's fucking stupid. Okay, so I'm going back and first also gonna see if I can buy an accessoire that will give me immunity against silence, because that is really annoying with Ash. If she's being silenced, it is game over. You know, I get fucked up. Doesn't matter how strong or how over leveled I am, it's just game over. Gaijin armor. Oh, that is cool. It's a shame you don't really have outfits in the game. Genjin shield, Genjin helm. That is cool. Or maybe this is a outfit. I don't know. Yeah, there are a lot of talk about Kingdom Hearts 3 coming to the Switch. I don't see that happening at all. Not in the way of the main consoles. You know, exactly the same with Dragon Quest XI. Yes, Dragon Quest XI is coming to the Switch, but it definitely won't be the PS4 version. Yeah, the new Sonic Kagura game is coming out. Beach Splash, was it? I don't know if I should pre-order the game or wait out. We'll see. Oh yeah. Okay, we have immune silence. Oh, only she can use it. That's stupid. Whatever. Okay. Now I hopefully have enough to beat the boss. Huh. Yeah, of course. I mean, the Nintendo system is also always heavily on Nintendo. Ha! That shield. Pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, but guys, I'm ending the stream. I will be picked up in a couple of minutes. Well, a couple of minutes, about half an hour. So I'm gonna go and shower first. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks a lot for chatting, of course. Again, like always, H Brand. See you next time. Hopefully there are gonna be some awesome news to talk about. And like always, you're gonna see me next time.